information station. Time now for the WTIM morning show. I'm your host, Tim Zalabak. Thank you all for tuning in today, and thanks so much to the stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. We have some great people from Taylorville Estates Assisted Living. We have Administrator Tony Clark and Activities Director Stephanie Pethel. How are you guys doing today?
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for being in today. We're going to learn about Taylorville Assisted Living. Taylorville Estates Assisted Living there, and just everything they got going on over there, because there are some really fun things going on. But just generally, how have things been at Taylorville Estates Assisted Living? Can't get that out. Go ahead.
It's been busy. It's been really busy. Yeah. Our building is almost full. We have currently one room available. So I think we have now more than we've ever had for our number of residents.
Wow.
So that definitely keeps you busy just in having that many.
Totally.
We're also in the middle of a remodel project. We're painting, new carpet, trying to keep up with the landscaping. And we've done a little bit of restructuring, moved a few people around in different positions. But I think the change that they're most excited about is our activity director, and that is Stephanie Pethel.
Stephanie Pethel, awesome.
She is my go-to girl for just about everything.
Amazing. So we got remodeling. We got one room left over at Taylorville Estates Assisted Living, and we got some restructuring going on. So a whole lot of things. Let's start with our new activities director, Stephanie. Talk to us a little bit about this restructuring. Where were you before you became the activities director?
Actually, started off in the kitchen and culinary, and then I moved to management and housekeeping, and now I'm super excited because I'm going to be the activity director, and I have lots of plans.
I love it. And I've been listening to some of your plans during the break there. These really make me smile. You have so many fun plans for the senior citizens at Taylorville Estates. So, I mean, talk to me a little bit about the creativity you're able to use now. What's one of the events you've already thrown in your time as activity director?
We did a Cinco de Mayo party where they wore a sombrero, and each one got to put a mustache on. We were super shocked at how much it changed there. It was lots of fun, lots of laughs. We had non-alcoholic margaritas, regular margaritas. We had a piñata. We had we had bingo that we played, and they had a really good time.
Sure. The Cinco de Mayo celebration is just one in the many line of events that are to come from Stephanie Pethel here. So we're going to get into more of that and some of the social aspects of this living that really has risen to an important piece here. I want to get back to some of the remodeling stuff and the places that people are going to be enjoying these activities and living. So what do you have planned for these remodelings, Tony?
Well, it's been a slow process, but slowly we're getting it all painted.
Right.
We're probably about 3/4 of the way done. The entire building is getting new carpet. We've completely changed our color scheme, and the landscaping has been updated, and we've been adding a lot more plants with the help of residents. It's been one of the activities Stephanie has been leading. She's very good about adapting every activity so that residents can do it, whether you're in a wheelchair or you're able to stand up and walk and carry. They all are allowed to do something. There's always something that they can do.
Absolutely. And just learning about the accessibility features and all the activities, really fun, and the creativity that Stephanie's able to use is truly, truly amazing there. So paint's getting done there, landscaping. I mean, what does that do for the community at Taylorville Estates there? Are they excited to see it?
Oh, they are so excited. They got to help pick the colors.
Cool.
You know, we let them have input on it to if they like it, if they don't. And so far, everybody likes it.
That's
so
great.
I was very surprised. It's hard to make 50 people happy.
Finding consensus there would be tough. But I'm surprised they have input. And I shouldn't be surprised. They're living in the place.
Yeah, we definitely try to make it their home.
Yeah.
So we want their input.
Absolutely. I really like that. And in terms of the restructuring, aside from Stephanie, any major changes there that are going to be changing up the lives of anyone over at Taylorville Estates?
We've moved our previous activity director. She's going into a business office manager position. So she'll help more behind the scenes. Sure. But she's excited to take on new role,
Sure. Yeah.
Change things up a little bit for her.
Absolutely. Let's talk some more activities here with the restructuring going on. Stephanie Pethel is the new activities director. I want to talk about a little bit of the accessibility that you've been getting into there, because not everyone is able to participate in one thing, but you've been finding ways to get everyone involved here. Talk to me about this.
Right. So, for instance, if they play badminton,
Sure.
we just took we're going to take a paint stick and you put a paper plate on it, then I'm going to let them paint it at their team color, and then they will be able to, even from a wheelchair, be able to play badminton.
That is so perfect.
Yeah.
I love that right there. It's easy. You can get them involved with the art aspect of it all, and then of course a little bit of activity, a little bit of motion. Talk to me about how you try to get them up and moving a little bit if they can get moving.
Yep. Well, we plan on using music.
Hmm.
Because music is a vibrant part of everyone's life. It increases the atmosphere and the happiness. So we'll play music to exercise and to some of the sports things that we're doing. I have some bowling planned for them, just an indoor. It's the regular pins that are wooden. They can roll the ball. They can do it from a wheelchair. They can do it from standing up, and they get a little competitive with each other, and it gets rather exciting.
Of course, yeah. I'm sure they get fired up. A little bit of competitiveness.
They do. They talk a little smack.
I love it. I really love it. I mean, that's absolutely what you want out of them, and they're having those conversations. They're having that interaction that is proven to be really, really important. And Tony, we were talking before the break. There was something that really exacerbated that.
Yeah,
it just happened really recently. Talking about
if there's anything that we've learned from COVID, it's that the isolation causes a decline in the elderly.
Yeah,
and there was so many where the dementia got so much worse just from being isolated. We don't want our residents sitting in their room being by themselves staring at a wall. We want them out and enjoying life. I don't want them to think, oh, this is the place that I'm going to come to die. This is the place that's going to become home, and we're going to become family.
Without a doubt. You said decline there, and in my mind, I thought like morale, maybe their energy was low, but you're talking about actual medical conditions are made worse by that isolation.
Correct. If they're not up and moving,
Sure.
Then they're losing their mobility. It's definitely a use it or lose it environment, because if you don't walk, if you don't, use your motor skills, you're going to have that decline as you age.
Yeah, absolutely. We've learned that as of late, that even actual physical movement will help dementia symptoms. And of course, that real everyday interaction will help slow that process just a little bit.
Definitely.
So when we're talking about services, activities, and all the things people can be involved with, medical services is definitely part of that at Taylorville Estates. What kind of things do you have offered?
We are truly assisted living.
Yeah.
A lot of the assisted living facilities are more of a retirement community. They don't really do a whole lot for you.
Sure.
But we feel like there needs to be that good, solid in between of a retirement community and a nursing home.
Yeah.
If you need help getting dressed, we're going to do that. If you need help bathing, we're going to do that. Medication management, we're right there. We do that too. So, I mean, it's kind of whatever you need.
Absolutely. Talk to me a little bit about, do you guys have medical staff within Taylorville Estates on hand if needed be? Nurses, doctors, anyone on hand?
We do. We have 2 nurses.
Great.
I'm one of them, and Jean is my other director of nursing. We're available 24/7. So even if we're not there, they call us and we're right there.
Absolutely. You mentioned earlier, this is not a place that you want your residents to think that this is the place they're going to die. I mean, this is a place you go to. It's an assisted living place, but as a mission, as a vision statement that you have, what do you like to promote at Taylorville Estates?
We want to enrich their lives.
Yes.
We want to encourage their independence. We've had them stand up and play t-ball before.
Wow.
All they have to do is be able to stand, and we can help balance them even if they can't. And they hit the ball. And to see their eyes light up, they're playing t-ball and they never thought they would again.
Sure.
The residents often look at us like, what are we doing? They think we're a little crazy, but they love it.
And they end up having fun.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Explain if it's tough to find that trust. This question could be for either one of you. I'm sure there is some of that apprehension moving into an assisted living. Sometimes people aren't that happy, but how long does it take? Maybe it does change, but to find that trust. And Stephanie, this is probably a good question for you. How have you done finding that trust, finding that relationship with residents?
And sometimes when they come in, they're a little apprehensive,
Sure.
or maybe sometimes even a little sharp about the fact, because their family wanted to provide them with assistance and activities and care. And it doesn't take them very long. I mean, we try to really encourage, even meals, we try to encourage them to come out to the dining room to be social. And you would be so shocked at the friendships that develop, not only between the residents, but between the staff and the residents.
Totally. And it does shock me right there. But as I'm thinking about it more, you're constantly around these people. And when you're filled with activities and fun meals and all types of involvement there, it's not hard to get on board.
Yeah.
And to become social there. So guys, we're ready to take our short break right now. We'll have more with Tony Clark, the administrator of Taylorville Estates Assisted Living, and Stephanie Pethel, activity director. It's been learning a lot from them today. When we come back, we'll have more. You're listening to the WTIM morning show right here on WTIM, your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
The City of Pana is on the move. Kirby Kasner here. You can find out all that's happening in our city by tuning in each Tuesday from 8:40 till 10 when the WTIM morning show originates from the lobby of People's Bank and Trust.
Sponsored by our title sponsor, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, along with Pizza Man, Norton's Hardware, Your Pana Save a Lot Whiskey Bill Saloon and Liquor Emporium, the City of Pana, and Locked and Loaded Limited.
Hey there, it's Raimi Miller, personal and business coach, and also owner of Run Deep Coaching, and a Taylorville native now living in the Northern Illinois area. I have the pleasure of helping people strengthen the relationship with themselves and others virtually, no matter where they are. Seeing what's possible for people is the highlight of my job. For example, I support people through job transitions, relationship changes, and developing new habits. Recently, I hosted a workshop and people walked away with hope, courage, feeling worthy and seen. I would love to connect with you. Feel free to reach out for a virtual complimentary 60-minute conversation to see if it's a good fit to work together one-on-one, or we can just simply discuss any upcoming events. My website is www.rundeepcoaching.com. That's www.rundeepcoaching.com. I am sending you so much support.
People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, are proud to continue their long-standing sponsorship of honoring Taylorville High School Students of the Month on WTIM's many platforms on AM, FM, and streamed online, and on WMKR Genuine Country 94.3.
Hello, this is Briley True. I am the representative of the Junior of the Month at Taylorville High School. My parents, JR and Destiny True. I like to box and wrestle, and I either plan to go on and pursue my dad's gutter business in the future or go on to box, and my favorite subjects are math, history, and English.
People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, salutes these great Taylorville High School students on this honor and wish them the best in their future. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Craig's Realtors did it again. Owner Steve Craig's here. With over $39 million sold from 245 transactions last year, we continue again as the market leader. Click on my icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Find out about all the products and services offered by Dan Rizzo, your American Family Insurance agent in Taylorville, by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to WTIM, your information station. We are in the midst of the WTIM morning show. Some of the great people from Taylorville Estates Assisted Living. Thanks so much to our sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. In studio, we have Tony Clark, administrator for Taylorville Estates, and Stephanie Pethel, the activity director. Stephanie, it's your time because we're moving into summer. We've got a lot of activities coming up here, and you're getting everybody involved. What's coming to your mind first when you're thinking of summer activities?
Out on the patio,
Yes.
disco party. I have some props that I want to use, so I'm going to let them dress up like it's the 70s and just go to town.
My goodness, the time of their lives. You're
Yes.
taking them back there.
Yep.
The disco parties. I love it. You were talking to me about something that really is really a heartwarming one. The car cruise happens, I think it's the first Friday of the month during these summer seasons. The car cruise is such a scene out there on the Taylorville Square. But your residents over at Taylorville Estates can't always make it out there. You got a plan for them here, Stephanie.
Yes, I do. I plan to make contact with them and to see if they would be available to come. If I can't take my residents to them, they can see if I can get them to come to me.
Yeah, and at least a few of those beautiful cars will be
Yes.
happy to do that. I'm really pushing for that one. I hope you're able to get that. Is that the 40 mile an hour club? What is that?
Yes, that's the one I'm making contact with. Yes.
Very cool. And you know, the men and the women at Taylorville Estates, you know, you're getting your trying to do your best to get them both involved, and you're doing it here because, as you were saying, they don't like to immediately get involved in the painting and the cooking, but you got some other things for them. How are you getting involved on a wine Wednesday night? What's that look like?
So we have wine Wednesdays. We have ladies that love it. They love to socialize, makes them feel like they're out in a different atmosphere. So I took the wine Wednesday and we turned it into wine Wednesday / beer and pretzels.
That's perfect. That'll get
And it gets them coming down.
you get to see it immediately. I'm sure.
Yeah.
And you guys look at each other. Oh, we succeeded with
Yes,
that one, right?
yep.
That's pretty perfect. Talk to me, Tony, about what it means when you see people interacting that maybe you didn't see in their first few months of a stay, and now they're completely involved.
I love it. And their families are completely shocked. They'll call their room and I can't get a hold of mom. Where's mom at? Oh, well, mom's down in activities. Well, I tried calling an hour ago. Well, yeah, she was in an activity then too. There's some that they call all day long and they're like, I can't get a hold of her. So we have to, hey, you need to go back and call your daughter.
It's a problem that, these families were, at one point, they were really on top of their senior that they were caring for. And I'm sure it was a daily conversation. Did you take your medication? Now they're having a hard time getting a hold of them just because they're out doing things, something that they probably didn't expect. The families.
And even like at meal times, we try to set them with other people that we think they'll have things in common with.
Sure.
And the family will come in and want to have lunch with them. Well, that's okay, but you're going to have to sit at the other table because my table's full.
It gets a little clicky over there.
It definitely does.
That's unbelievable there. And it's what you want. It's almost like they're back in a college or a high school situation where they're
Definitely.
amongst people of their own age, of a similar mindset there. I totally love to see that. Explain kind of at those meal times, when they get into conversations, are people wanting activities? Do people bring things to you guys? When there's input on remodeling earlier, do they have input on you guys?
Oh, absolutely. We let them be involved. Whenever I come up with something, I say, hey, what do you think of this? What would you like to see on the schedule? So this time we put, some of them like to have an activity early in the morning and wanted to exercise. So I put a 15-minute stretch on there, set to music. And for the ones that didn't work for, because they either sleep in a little later or they're busy.
Sure.
So because we have some that go to each other's rooms and visit.
Cool.
So then later on in the afternoon, we had a 30-minute exercise class, and it's seated. So if you don't have a lot of mobility, you can stand or you can sit and do the chair yoga or exercise to music which music helps a lot.
Really great. It's catering to their schedules and
Yes.
kind of making activities as they need them. That's really awesome. And we were talking a little bit about disco night. I can't really believe this. I hear you guys have some sort of a nightclub at your facility. What are we going all the way back to the 70s?
It's turned out that way. It started last summer. One of our residents asked if he could play music in the courtyard.
Okay, like DJ style?
Like DJ style.
Hey, I love it.
And now we have disco lights, the DJ lights, he plays music all night long. They're out there dancing. We've had to shut it down at midnight.
Yes.
Guys.
They'll have a couple
so
drinks,
cool.
some pizza. But it's a few nights a week that they do this and they love it.
Unbelievable. No question why there's only one room left over there at Taylorville Estates Assisted Living, a little nightclub situation there. You got to shut them down at midnight. Yes, we got to close. We can't lose our liquor license over there. Got to shut it down.
I know, right?
I love it.
I plan on dragging the karaoke machine over there.
Karaoke night. We're gonna have. You got to make
yeah.
a karaoke night.
yeah.
That's got to be in there, Stephanie. Okay, that is really, really awesome. Let's talk a little bit. One more logistic piece here before we go into any more activities. You guys got great transportation services if needed.
We do.
Cool.
If they need to go to the doctor, we have shuttle service that we can take them. Whether it's in town or out of town, we do both. They have shopping days where they can go out to the different stores. We kind of rotate them each week. And so they can go out into the public and do their shopping just like if they were at home.
Sure. And this transportation can also be used. Shopping days is fun, but activities, Stephanie, you might be utilizing transportation here soon. Where are you guys wanting to go?
We plan on it. We're making arrangements for a trip to Aikman Zoo because they can ride. They haven't been at a zoo for years. So I was thinking, just like the car show, okay, what can I do to get these people to enjoy something that back to their childhood or a throwback? And so I was researching and I came up with the Ride Along Zoo.
Perfect. Ride Along Zoo. Oh my gosh, she's going to be another.
You can drive
really
right
fun
through
one.
it and It's
Wow.
really neat.
Really, really cool right there. All the things and everything keeping these seniors active at Taylorville Estates. It's just all so important, guys. We're in our last about minute here. If you got any websites or Facebook pages people can go to for information, maybe to get registered, maybe to get that room, where can people go just for information?
Just TaylorvilleEstates.com.
Great.
And we also are on TikTok, and we've gone viral with some of our residents.
You really?
We have.
I need to follow Taylorville Estates on TikTok immediately. And that didn't even come to my mind. There are a lot of TikTokable opportunities in your guys' walls, I'm sure. What did you guys, what video did you guys make? What activities you guys decided to post?
We made one about two of our residents that they are standing there and we're like, "Where's your walker?" And then they just ignore us and walk away. But the funny thing was, it wasn't long after that. Here, one of them came down, and I'm like, "Where is your walker?" It definitely was, real.
That's something you guys deal with all the time.
Yeah.
Where is your walker? Yeah, I have a grandmother that loves to walk without her walker.
Yeah, and so many people can relate to that.
Totally.
Or they'll say, "Oh, I don't need it."
All right. Well, when I'm called over to help you out of the chair now, that's going to be a tough thing to do. But that's really awesome, guys. I really appreciate you coming in today and getting us updated on Taylorville Estates.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That was Tony Clark, administrator, and Stephanie Pethel, the new activities director. So many fun things happening over there at Taylorville Estates. We learned all about them today. You've been listening to WTIM, your information station.
With SRN News, I'm